Hey everybody, my name is Dane Fredrickson. I'm a B2B video expert and strategist, and I'm joined today by Austin McNair from Hinge Marketing. What do we need to know about Austin for our audience? What's the high level?
Yeah, Austin McNair, head of marketing at Hinge, marketing agency for professional services firms. Happy to be talking with you today, Dane.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad you could join us. So, what I wanted to talk today about is, how slop was the word of the year in 2025, and to me, that's like just such an obvious like the pendulum is now swinging, right? Like we all got on the AI train. We're like, well, you can make a lot of stuff, but it kind of sucks and it doesn't stand out. And so, like that's created some even more problems. And I know that the research that Hinge does and just anecdotally, look on LinkedIn. They got all kinds of jobs now about storytellers and like running the newsroom or the content creation by humans at all these companies. And so I think it's just a really good time now to kind of reassess what's actually going on right now. And I'll just stop and let you kind of weigh in. Are you seeing that too? Does that kind of match what you're seeing with your clients?
Yeah, I think everything that we talk and advise our clients about right now, the emphasis is on quality and really relevancy. And this is something that Hinge has talked about for a long time. When you think about really good marketing starts with a strategy, right? And some core pillars of a strong strategy are going to include things like understanding your differentiators. What makes you unique? What makes kind of anything that your business is saying about itself or the content that you create? What makes it uniquely different than maybe what other people in your space are saying? And we've always had kind of three pillars to that equation. Is what you're saying true? You can't go out there and just start lying. Is is what you're saying provable? Like, okay, it's true, prove it, show us the stories, whatever. But the third thing, and maybe should be focused on the most, is it relevant? Like, do people actually care? And when it comes down to you describing this idea of slop being the word of the year and the internet just being kind of inundated with bad content. I think it's because what people are doing is just trying to create content at scale, not really thinking about like, well, what's relevant, what's provable, what's true, what's different, like what do people care about? And that's where we just always bring it back to focusing on those things and packaging things in a way that's perceived to be high quality to stand out.
Yeah, and I think that the thing that we've always talked about is the Hinge's visible expert idea is that like if you're not the most visible expert in your niche, then you're kind of leaving that for someone else to be that. And I want to get your opinion about like what I've seen is like because of the backlash to the slop and wanting to make quality content, looking at some of the trends that we're seeing about the priorities for companies about boosting visibility, things using AI for efficiency, not slop, and then like building trust at scale, which is let's face it, we live in a pretty untrustworthy AI slop filled politically charged climate right now. So trust is really at an all-time low. And I've always advocated for video sort of being this magic thing that you can use to check all those boxes at once: visibility, trust, and differentiation. And I know that you've seen some success with Hinge, and some of your clients are now leaning into video as a response to the changes in the marketplace. And I just wanted to see how that kind of aligns with your visible expert methodology and what advice you have for your clients, how they can move forward in 2026.
Yeah, I think video is a logical next step for a lot of experts out there, but it's kind of that um, great divide, right? Between because I think so much of thought leadership content and the way that we've traditionally thought about it has been about writing a newsletter, writing blog posts, but as we've talked about, like these channels, especially with written content, it's very full, right? And people have limited energy and attention spans to read long form content maybe like they used to. Their inbox today is is filled to the brim. I was just going through mine and it's just like every day I'm deleting 30 or 40 emails that like are completely unsolicited. So it's like it's not just that you're competing with other visible experts. That's true, and that's good. It's good to have other visible experts in your space talking to, but you're competing with that noise and that slop. Video is a great way to break through, right? People are spending more time on social channels, and video is a nice way to kind of stand out and let people get to know you and build kind of more of a relationship with who you are, what your personality is, outside of maybe just the things that you write about or the career updates that you share. Some of the ways that this, video content works really well with podcasting. It really works with like a strong content marketing strategy. So, hey, you wrote a really long blog post, go ahead and like make a video version of it.
Yeah.
And we even see, a lot of success with taking those videos, putting it on the blog page, keeps people's attention there a little bit longer, gets them to get to know you a little bit better. It's just, across the board, I think we're just thinking about how does video weave into these different things that we've been doing in professional services marketing for over a decade now. And finally,
No.
I'll say like one of the things to really take it over the top is like if you can integrate video into what you're doing at like in-person events, or any kind of speaking opportunities you get, that is like a real authority builder, right? Number one, just being out there, if you're concerned about like AI slop and the internet being too busy, like go touch grass, go out to some events, go out to some networking events, get to know people, get back to some of those old networking ways, relationship building ways. But then if you can, find a way to integrate video into the stuff that you're doing in real life as an expert, as a professional. It can really, be a real differentiator in you building your personal brand and showcasing what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think we both know very well that one of the hardest things is to get people comfortable being on camera. I mean, it's kind of weird, it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but since the pandemic, we're all used to remote video now. We're kind of a little more trained up, and so maybe the opportunity is more within grasp. And then I think the bar has been lowered now. There's room for all kinds of different content. We've got webcams now, iPhone videos. The CEO of Hootsuite is a good example. She just walks down the street or in a cab and she's sharing this video content, which directly leads to visibility and trust and sales. So like once you start stacking all those benefits, like, your SMEs, if they're busy and they don't want to write an article, in a few minutes, they can talk about their expertise and share that content with a very hungry audience, saving them time. So if they can get over that uncomfortable hurdle by getting the reps in, maybe doing a little practice offline, then I think that they're going to see a lot of those advantages and ideally save some time while closing the deal in sales. Are you finding that that's been a challenge with your audience to kind of get to that comfortability place being on camera?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a real dilemma that I think every marketer is in right now. And, the dilemma is as follows. The most talented, smart experts at your company that people want or need to hear from are also the busiest. And their time is very precious. Oftentimes, it's very billable. And so, bringing them into the fold of what you're doing in the marketing space is very challenging. Video on the surface, because a lot of people are not comfortable on video, does present like this opportunity, but like it has to be approached delicately, right? You know, do they have the right tools, the support? Do they have the right strategy, the vision for what you're trying to do? Handing somebody a webcam or saying, "Hey, use your cell phone and just start recording video. It's easy," is not going to cut it. Like these experts, these people, they need to see the big picture strategy of what you're doing, and they need to understand how is this going to benefit my practice? How is this going to benefit the broader business? Because they already have enough people trying to get in there and waste their time,
Yeah.
and many of them are already very skeptical about marketing. And so
Yeah,
there's
right.
a lot of things that need to be done in terms of building trust and also leaning into the expert's skills. There's just some experts, Dane, that video is never going to be what they do. They're not going to
Yep.
shoot video content. They're not going to ever be comfortable with it. They're not going to feel comfortable speaking on a stage. They're not going to
Yep.
feel comfortable speaking on a webinar. For those battles, it's just like, great, you have that information now. Lean into that expert strength in different ways. But for
Yep.
every one of those, there's probably another person in your company who's eager and perfectly comfortable to jump
Hmm.
into a call like this and record some content and talk through current affairs or industry issues or topics. Yeah, so I mean, it really comes down to building trust with individuals and getting them to buy into the vision. And then, sure, I'm sure video becomes more of a realistic option after that.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely got some work to do to communicate the value and build the trust with my prospects in the B2B professional services space. And I know that you guys are doing a lot of the hard work there too to help people understand the value of being visible, of being trusted, and standing out. So thanks for sharing your expertise today, Austin. And if they like what they're hearing from you and they want to hear more, what should they do?
I'm very easy to find. You can just find us at hingemarketing.com, reach out to me, send me a message. We're easy to get in touch with.